First, a straightforward reading of the details in the book of Exodus leads a reader to recognize the text is being presented as an authentically historical account, not mythology. The narrative tells us of specific people, for example Moses and Aaron, including their genealogy in chapter 6, verses 14 through 27, places, for example Egypt, Goshen, Pithom, Ramses, Midian, and the Nile, and events, for example the plagues, Israelite slavery. Second, the Exodus is treated as historical throughout the Old Testament. We should note that the Bible is not a single source. It is actually multiple sources, all maintaining the authenticity of the Exodus tradition. Any historian knows the likelihood of the authenticity of an event increases as independent sources that verify it are discovered. As Hoffmeyer notes, in addition to the testimony in the Pentateuch, all 5 books place the Hebrews in Egypt or refer back to the sojourn respectively. Aspects and details of the Exodus and wilderness stories are used in a multiplicity of ways in the books of Joshua, Judges, 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, Psalms, and in the prophets. Often simple, passing allusions are given, indicating that the audience needed no further elaboration. With this overwhelming evidence within the Bible regarding the Egyptian sojourn, Exodus, and wilderness episodes, evidence coming from a variety of types of literature and used in a host of different ways, it is methodologically inadvisable at best to treat the Bible as a single witness to history, requiring corroboration before the Egypt-Sinai reports can be taken as authentic. To summarize, the Old Testament contains many independent sources that all present the Exodus as historical. Finally, Yahweh is known and presented as trustworthy specifically because he brought his people up out of Egypt. This theme appears in Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Judges, 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, 1st and 2nd Chronicles, Nehemiah, Psalms, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Daniel, Hosea, Amos, and Micah. The Passover is not only instituted as a national and perpetual celebration, but participants are told to tell their children it is celebrated because of what the Lord did for me when I came up from Egypt, Exodus chapter 13, verse 8. And celebrating it properly was so important that someone who did it wrong was to be cut off from Israel, Exodus chapter 12, verses 15 and 19. None of this supports the idea that the biblical presentation of the Exodus should be understood as a myth in the sense of imagined fable or invented folklore.